Good morning, friends. Today's an exciting day. OFIR mascara has restocked. It's probably been, I don't know, several months since I put my hands on one of these babies. Also, it just occurred to me, I hope that's what this is. Oh, surely. Like it says OFIR. It got overnighted to me yesterday, and so I just sat in here and I was like, oh, mascara. And now I'm doing a mascara restock, and suddenly I'm like, oh, I hope that's the mascara. And not another bottle of coriander or cardamom foundation. Okay, we're doing an OFIR live today. OFIR is going to be on with us and doing a giveaway. So that's exciting. I love whenever they do that. I think it's so sweet. So share this video, comment, share below, and OFIR is going to pick a winner for a giveaway. So I'm just going to get ready. This is the mascara. The Comfortable Smudge Proof Mascara. This is not the waterproof, this is the regular. It's in the deepest shade of black, and it has castor oil in it, which lengthens and strengthens your lashes. So about almost a year ago, I started using this particular mascara, like full time, you know, the majority of the time. And my lashes got so long. I'm not the best at remembering to put serum on every day. I kind of am a serum 1 or 2 times a week if I'm lucky. So my lashes, or sometimes I'll do serum often, and then my lashes get really long, and then I'm like, oh, it's like whatever. It's kind of like dieting. Like, oh, I got a little skinnier, now I eat bad. I don't know. Same thing with lash serum. So I loved this because it has castor oil in it, and castor oil lengthens and strengthens your lashes. And so anyways, if you've been waiting for this to come back in stock, I've been waiting months for this to come back. And I am kind of like a mascara junkie. I love mascaras. I have a mascara drawer, and I am always a sucker for like the pictures of a before and after of lashes. And anyways, this is a great mascara. So yay, Polly, you love the OFIR foundation? I do too. OFIR foundation is really, really great for mature skin. Yes, Rita just said that too. OFIR makeup is really good on your mature skin. I get the most amount, I mean, I don't have mature skin and I love it on me, so, but I get the most amount of messages from people being like, this is so good on mature skin for wrinkles. All right, I woke up this morning kind of like, and I caught myself. I felt like the baby got up, and then, you know, you have to take care of a baby, and then my back was hurting, and so I asked Adam to rub my back, and then he kind of like elbowed onto my hair and then whatever, and I was like, oh, just all right, leave me alone. And so I was like, I need a minute. I drank a coffee. I was just like, please watch the baby for 5 minutes and let me just like kind of, do you ever wake up and you're like, why did I wake up this way? And so I woke up a little like, I felt myself, and I was like, today is not going to be a grumpy day. I am not going to have a grumpy day today. And so I took a second for myself, and I feel like I'm not grumpy at all. And I apologize to my husband for being grumpy, and really grateful for coffee. Okay, Dewy Primer. This is the Skin Prep Dewy Primer by OFIR. All the products I'm using today are by OFIR, and OFIR is live doing a giveaway. They have a really cool feature on their website as well, which is a foundation finder. And what you can do is you can put in what brand of foundation you currently use, and it will recommend what shade foundation you need. Also, when do kids go back to school? So we have a meet and greet today with their teachers, and Lexi ran into my room this morning, and she had on a little like sports bra and her pajama bottoms, and her hair was just outrageously wild. And she's like, Mom, we missed it. All my friends are at the teacher meet and greet. And I was like, what? And so she's like, they're all asking, where am I? And I was like, well, Lola's meet and greet isn't until like this afternoon. And so anyways, I'm really hoping I didn't drop the ball on that. It's supposed to be an all-day thing. Like, you can drop in, but the younger grades have like a specific time. I never got a time for hers, but somehow all her friends were there at the same time. So I'm really praying that her teacher's still there, because we go later. And so one of the other moms was like, yeah, it's a window, you'll be fine. So I'm trusting her advice, but I kind of had one of those like, oh, it's so hard to keep up. I don't want to miss anything important. Okay, cardamom. Dun, dun, dun. I normally use like 1.5 to 2 pump, or yeah, like 1 to 2, depends on how like dark you want this. I use the shade cardamom or coriander, one when I'm darker, one when I'm lighter, and then I have the two. And so if I need to like, if I'm spray tan and I need to be a little darker, I can, or if I'm not, I can be a little lighter. And I just kind of put that on my brush, and then I stipple it all over just with a kabuki brush. Oh yeah. Drop the word shared once you share. OFIR is doing a giveaway today. If you have any questions, they're on here with us. You can ask questions. Just blending. So I used their dewy primer, but they do have a matte primer as well. So it just depends on kind of what you like the best. I love a dewy look, but I set with setting powder. So that's the way I do it. And then I kind of blend just right down my neck. All right, let's see. That's not the color I wanted. Oh, where are you? At some point in my life, I will say I'll get more organized. I try to be. I mean, things are like put up right now. Let's see. I'm looking for a certain shade. There's a blush. Their blushes are so beautiful. I'm just looking for my OFIR concealer. I found 2 of them, but they're darker. Like, which I've used henna to contour before, but I want like this is my same skin. So here's your thing about concealer. If you want to highlight, I recommend going 1 to 2 shades lighter than your natural skin tone. If you're wanting to conceal blemishes, sunspots, anything that you want to be the same shade as your skin, then you need to go the same shade as your foundation. And then if you're wanting to contour, you can go darker. All right. Oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and put some setting powder. I'm going to show you why setting powder is so amazing. I love theirs. I use the shade medium. It has like a little bit of a yellow undertone, which I think really helps brighten. But see how I have like, you can see my eye sockets. I'm human. I have eye sockets. All of these. For the man that said, show me your belly button. I have birthed 4 children. The last thing you want to see is my belly button, mister. I don't know why that makes me laugh. It's kind of funny. I feel like I'm getting myself tickled. It really is, because you're like, you see certain comments and, oh, I hate when this happens. You see certain things and you're like, trust me, you don't. Like, you don't. It's funny. Okay, so now that I've got myself, my eyes are watering. You know when you're trying not to laugh really hard, and you're also like, what? So weird. So it just like throws you off your game for a second, because you're like, what? Did I just read that correctly? Okay, so I used setting powder under my eye, and you can tell, like, look how it like has blurring magic. So it doesn't settle in my fine lines, but look, you like can't see the hollows of my eyes. This is one of the literally best setting powders I've ever used from any brand. I love the way it looks on, like, look, you can almost see pan, you guys. Can you see where You can see where the metal's coming in. And so I use this. Okay, so I just kind of will take it and press. And then the key is like, you don't have to use too much. You're just using enough to like press there and then blend out. But do you notice, like, look at that. It just makes me look young. Makes me look younger. You dropped your brand new sundial and it broke into a million pieces. Tragic. Ugh. It's the worst. I did that on an airplane with my blushes once. And I was like, as soon as I tried catching the bag and it was a hard tumble. Like, hit the arm of a chair, hit the aisle. Like, dang it. Okay, so anywhere, if you notice, like, I have shine, not really dewy, I just like am reflective, right? So I normally do a little bit on my forehead, a little down my nose, and then I'll do right here on my chin and my upper lip, because I get sweaty. I didn't used to be a sweaty person. I actually like rarely ever sweat, or used to. This is past tense. And now I guess it's my hormones. Like, even at night, okay, I talked to, when I went for that blood work yesterday, she was asking about night sweats and stuff. And I was like, yeah, like I have 2 fans on in my room, like 2. Adam sleeps under like we have a quilt and like a fuzzy blanket, and he sleeps under both. And I'm like, I'm hot. It might as well be. And we have it like super cold, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. Well, that also happens to me during the daytime. I do seem to get sweatier at night, so whoops. But during the day, I also will start getting like hot. And so if you struggle with that, setting powder is great because my makeup stays where it's supposed to, and I don't look like just a glistening upper lip. Okay, same. Anybody else that happened after you have kids, or maybe menopause, just like different things, like it just happens. Okay, here we go. We're using, also, you can tell I love this one. You can see Pan. This is, I don't know why I looked at it. I know the shade. This is the deepest bronzer that they have, and it's got like a nice little shimmer to it, and it's the darkest one. I'll end up blending all this in, don't worry. Just go right down the edges of my nose. The way I'm doing this is I just take some sort of brush and like just go right there on the edge. Ooh, the first winner is coming up. So for every 100 shares, they pick a winner. So share, comment, share below. OFIR, what you giving away today? Do you guys have kids in school? When do they start back? Are you ready? Have you school shopped? Any of the things? Feel ready for back to school? This summer, I feel like it's been really challenging to try and work. I mean, I still have, but it's just harder. I was like, there's a lot of times like all throughout the day where your kids, even if my kids are being really great, it's like, hey, can you make me a smoothie? Hey, can you braid my hair? Hey, can you play Super Smash Bros with me for a minute? Like, so all throughout the day, you're like, okay, give me a second. Like, can you play tic-tac-toe? Can you, and the day is filled with like, or she needs a diaper change or whatever. And so, I told Adam, I was like, hopefully when I get, the kids are back in school, maybe I can get like more, Like I would love to be doing like a makeup and hair tutorial most days. I love to do trial and hauls again. Like I used to do those a lot. Kind of had some recent, I don't know, since I've had or before I had the baby, just insecurities about like personally feeling confident about doing like videos for clothes. But I feel like I'm working on it, and I love showing them, and then I love helping people find clothes. And so whoops, message. So I'm gonna try to get back to all that whenever, I don't know what this was. I just don't want it to keep going off. Whenever school starts back. Like, okay, like people do like New Year's resolutions. I don't even know if I turned the volume off for that. People do New Year's resolutions, right? I really think it would be better to do like a back to school resolution, because that's when, for me, I'm like, New Year, nothing's really changing, but back to school, that's when I can like really start focusing. So, do you have any back to school resolutions? Like, I want to start going back to Pilates. I did that really good until vacation, and I haven't been since. I even had 2 classes scheduled this week, and I couldn't make it. Like, we had too many other things going on, and I just couldn't make it to it. So I'm like, I want to get back in a groove. I'm going to do like an ombre blush today. I'm going to use the shade Apricot and the shade Currant. Their blushes are crazy pigmented, so a little goes a long way. They are beautiful. They are like genuinely, they're stunning. But when I say a little goes a long way, like barely tap. And before you put it all over, like I will kind of do this. And if you ever get too much on your brush, this is a really fluffy brush, so it's not as dense. But sometimes if I use a denser brush, I can end up with too much. If you do that, take whatever was left over and then move to the other side and then start blending. But today, perfection. Okay, so this is the shade Currant. I love this tone when my skin is really tan, and then I also think it's just such a dreamy color for fall. It's dreamy for the summer. It's just, it's super bright. Don't let it scare you. When I first got it in, I didn't even use it for a few weeks because I was like, great, I ordered it, and that is gonna be too crazy on me. Wrong. Just wrong in every way. It wasn't. It's wonderful. So pretty. All right, this one is Apricot. That's too much. Okay. I think, I don't just think, but blushes are really trendy right now. Like a good sun-kissed, it lifts your cheeks as well. And then I just take the sponge that I use my setting powder, and I'm just kind of pressing just right around the edges. I put the blush like right above where I used my contour. And sometimes I feel like I'll get too much bronzer on my nose, and I'm not really loving, like, haven't gotten everything to look exactly the way I want yet. A little setting powder here. You missed the foundation. Was it BB cream? No, it's OFIR's Skin Satin Foundation. So here's what it looks like on. You can see like the texture of my skin, no filter. Just how it looks. Great. Let's do looking for a certain palette. Hang on. This would be the one. This is the High Desert palette, and it's gonna look so good with this outfit. It's a perfect match. All right, gonna start with this brown. And I'm gonna just go right into my crease with this deep brown. Again, their colors are really pigmented. Like, look, a little goes a long way. You can always add more, but I highly recommend starting with less and then adding more rather than trying to blend out too much. So that's just kind of like a good little base. You just got the text. So this week's been a little crazy. So normally I have Natalie, she works with me, and when I go live, like I can't send out a text or kind of like the links of stuff while I'm live, just because I'm live. And so normally she does that for me, and so she's on vacation. Somehow we planned it, we're my vacation, and then it went immediately into her vacation. So it's been a crazy catch-up week, not having her to help. And so Adam is doing text messages. So if you got a text, unless Natalie just happened to see that I was live while she was on vacation, it's probably Adam. One of the two, either one. If they sent out a text, then that's why. Next week, all things should continue as normal, and we will try and go back to when it goes. All right, so if you're hopping on, we're about to show this mascara. Their mascara restocked, and it's so good. All right, just using this little coppery color from this palette. If I end up wanting to put a little deeper, I seem so happy and relaxed these days. I'm really trying to be happy and relaxed. I do. I was thinking about that this morning when I was washing my face. I was like, well, first of all, I was actually thinking, like, I'd been snuggling Veda and she was like just loving on me, and I was just snuggling her, and then I kind of was a little sad. I was like, I wish I had not quit nursing her, like, because she's just so snuggly. And I quit nursing her at 10 months, and that was the least amount I've ever nursed my other babies. And so I had a little bit of a moment this morning, but I was like, I feel like I'm just starting to feel like myself again. I think when you are, like, your hormones are so nuts when you're pregnant and then after you have a baby, and I don't think a lot of people talk about, maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I've had a lot of kids, and most of my, not all of them, my postpartum after Lola, I feel like I didn't bounce back body-wise, but mood-wise, I just like instantly connected and just felt like more relaxed. Maybe it's because she was my third baby or whatever, but then space it out, like 7 years later, I had another baby and I was stressed out and like worried she was gonna die. So I don't know, Lola seems to be my only postpartum where I wasn't hyper anxious, but I feel like I'm starting to kind of like, even like wanting to do try-ons again or doing makeup tutorials like consistently, like when you're depressed or you're sad or you're moody or you're just like, I can't do it today, I can't handle like rejection today or whatever. I just feel like it's hard. And so thank you. I do feel like I'm feeling happy. And I also have been working on getting my vitamin levels where they're supposed to be. I was really deficient in just about almost all my vitamins. And so I've been taking my vitamins daily, and my iron was really low. All things like that you don't realize, hey, these things can really affect your mood because your body is like struggling. Iron, vitamin D, vitamin B, all the Bs, magnesium. I mean, I was low in like almost everything. And so I am trying to give my body, I guess, what it needs. And I do feel like I'm feeling better, feeling more myself. All right, so we can just figure out with this outfit how we want to play with this. I try and do one eye one way, and then I'll match the other one. That's the way I keep my eyes to look pretty even. Did any of you guys feel like that? Like when you were, and then I have other friends who were like, I don't know, they just seem to do so good, like going out, doing things, like being busy with little tiny babies. And I'm like, I wish I was like that, but I feel like it takes me longer. I don't know. Okay, this pink, you're gonna pop it right on the center. So you're really not gonna be able to tell where like this lighter color began. So it's gonna go from like the light to pink to like that copper. So this is the High Desert palette by OFIR. And then I'll take, I just get my hands so messy. Good old, can y'all guess what I'm gonna grab? My poor little scrunchie. It just ends up with like, it's flannel. I do throw this in the wash every now and then. It just ends up with all the leftovers. You're tired and it makes it hard to be motivated. It does, like when you're exhausted, it's so hard. Okay, make sure you don't have sleep in your eyes. That's always good to do before you do this part. And then just take like anything, pinky finger. I feel like it's just easiest with my pinky. And then I will, don't tap it too soon. I just put this in my inner corner. Pop. Your eyes be popping. Okay, now we're going to the lower lash line. I wish I knew where all my brushes were. I really am going to, so I'm missing one bag from vacation and it had a bunch of stuff in it, makeup and skincare. We have unpacked all bags. Not in it. I have no idea where it is. And I'm guessing that's probably where, I just need like a little stiff brush. If not, I'll use the one that I had, but it is not my first choice. Oh well, going for it. All right, take this brown. I'm gonna squeeze it. We're improvising, folks. Ideally, you would just use a small shadow brush. I feel like I got too much, so if you're like, "Ooh, that's real heavy," take whatever was left over, go to your other side, and then you'll blend out. So I used to wear really thick black eyeliner. It was like all the rage, all the trend, and it was kind of a hard trend for me to get out of. I don't know, I liked it. Give me early 2000s vibes. I don't know, you tell me. But this helped to get out of that phase, and I just do like a soft brown of shadow under my eye and blend. I haven't fixed my hair yet today, but hopefully you guys can tell how this is all looking, even though I have some wonky calyx going on. Okay, ready for the mascara? Drum roll, please. Okay, restocked mascara. And then I'm gonna also show you a cute little lippy. Voila! Be sure. And Carol says, can you add more pink on the eyes? Love that it matches your dress. You know, I actually could. I was thinking the same thing and forgot about it. So we'll just go in. Thanks, Carol. That's a great idea. If you're just popping it, it's right in the center. I do find if I use my finger instead of a brush, the color is way more pigmented. And so I love pressing these like glittery tones onto my eyes because they just show up really beautifully. All right, when I do an eyeshadow look like this, I always say, here's how you want to do your mascara so you don't get it on your lids. Hopefully I don't jinx myself, but you kind of like, you sit really weird and you lean your head back, and then that kind of makes it to where I don't get it on my lids. I don't know why it works. You can't really tell from here. That's what I do. I look ridiculous in real life, but let's do this. Start at the base, wiggle up. So again, this has castor oil in it. It's gonna actually help lengthen and strengthen your lashes. Coat number 1. I used for blush, I used the shade Currant, and then I also used the shade Apricot. Okay, this live is almost over, so share, comment, share below, and OFIR is giving away something for every 100 shares. Ooh, you find that if you do mascara on the bottom lashes first, then you do the top. It helps avoid mascara on your lids. That was a great idea. I feel like I kind of have, I don't know about you, but kind of have an order of like what I do when. And I've even tried doing my eyes, then my foundation, and I don't know what it is, if it's just like muscle memory. I am like the worst at trying new orders. Which order do you do? Do you do like eyes, then foundation, foundation, then eyes? I do lips last, which my grandmother, I think when I was learning, she taught me how to do makeup. I mean, there weren't like makeup videos back then. When I was in middle school, probably why my daughter's in middle school, her makeup looks fire and mine looked like Bridge Troll. But she was like, always do your lipstick last, because that way as you're doing things on your face, you know, you like bump your lips, you don't end up getting your lipstick everywhere. And so I always do my lips last. This eyeshadow is seriously one of my favorite palettes ever. It is so dreamy on. It's one of those that when you go out, like your cashier, I don't really go out a lot of places, but I go to like the grocery store or like Target or something. Starbucks, doctor's office, school. But almost every time I go out with like this palette, somebody will be like, what do you have on your eyes? Like, oh, that's so pretty. It's just really pretty. I'm like, thank you. Don't get out much. So I'm really excited that the gas station attendant noticed my eyeshadow. Okay, this is just coat number 1. Also, my kids are getting ready for their meet and greet. I didn't mention that they should, let me do it. Hey girls. I thought I heard somebody going down the hall. Oh well, I'll tell them in a second. We're almost done. You know when you're like, we're gonna have to leave soon. I can totally see them just being like snuggled up with the cats and not showered. Yep, I just heard somebody go, boo. So there's definitely a human up here. All right, look at that, 1 coat. Let's go in for coat number 2. Start at the base and like wiggle upward. This mascara, I do not have naturally curly lashes, although I do have a great lash curler that I did not use. But that's the only time my eyelashes really kind of look curly. And this mascara has like a nice curl to it. So I always feel like I think that's why I'm such a mascara kind of hoarder. And love to try different ones because I'm like, ooh, like this one to me gives you a really thick, like glamorous curl. They also have waterproof. I almost hit my eye. I felt it. Thanks for sharing. They're gonna pick a winner. Every 100 shares, they'll pick one. So this is the smudge proof mascara, but they also do have a waterproof. This is OFIR's mascara. All the products we say is from OFIR, and OFIR is live with us today to do a giveaway. Oh no. Oh no. Don't do it. So close. You know when you're like on a trip with your kids and you're like, come on guys, like don't ruin it. We are so close to getting home without a meltdown. Don't ruin it. Kind of how I feel about like mascara when you've done a really cute look, is it's like, we're so close. Don't ruin it by smudging your mascara. Don't do it. All right, we're gonna use the shade Berry today. If I can find it. So far I have grabbed 3 reds. It's not where we're looking. Off pink smoothie and berry. I'll show you these. These are like really good neutral shades. Okay. This is off pink. It's kind of like a nice nude. This one is, the waterproof is no joke. It doesn't budge. I literally joke that the waterproof OFIR mascara could be for mermaids. Like you could go swim in the Olympics or in a triathlon and that stuff is not coming off. I use a pre-cleanser and let it sit on my eyes for just a minute and then wipe it off because it is a serious. You could also use like coconut oil or any sort of oil base to kind of break that waterproof down, but it is like a legit waterproof. So yes, keep that in mind when you're getting it. Okay, this is the shade Pink Smoothie. And then this is the shade Berry. I used the High Desert palette today. How long's this company been around? I've been working with them for about a year. So here we go. We're using Berry. This is like, it's a good color. They're really, really hydrating and really pretty on. You know when you just like love those mauve tones? And then I'm gonna use that off pink in the center. Just since I've got some like tans going on. And then I also think it matches well with my eyeshadow. It's not gonna like do anything too crazy except make the outside of my lips look a little darker. Pink Smoothie in the center, Berry on the outside. It's such, either one of those is such a good combo. Like I love, it's just a really, it looks like a luxury product. It is so creamy, dreamy. There's foundation and stuff also has skincare in it. So I thought I was just kind of like, I don't know, just me. I was like, I just feel like my skin gets younger. But I love that they have skincare. So as you're using their products, your skin gets kind of better and better. Anyways, so here's today's look. We used the Restocking mascara. I'll kind of do a recap. I used the shade, I gotta get readers, Cardamom. And I used Cardamom or Coriander for foundation. Just wanted to be sure I gave you the right shade today. We used Currant and Apricot blush. I used setting powder in the shade Medium. Berry lipstick with, which one? With Off Pink in the center, or Pink Smoothie. I don't know. I don't remember. I'll have to watch the replay and tell you which one I used in the center. I'll show you them both on my hands so that you can see. This one is Pink Smoothie. Okay. And then this one is, they are long-lasting lipsticks. Yes, like all day wear. And they're incredibly hydrating. The only thing is they're not transfer free. So you're gonna still have, oh, look at that big old lip. But they are long lasting. Like you can tell even after I blotted that, but I still have like really great color on my, and even as I'm like wiping. So it kind of like stains your lips, but like hydrates, if that makes sense. Okay, so Off Pink is right here. This one was Berry. And this one is Pink Smoothie. So there you go, in case you're looking for like a good little, so Pink Smoothie, Berry, Off Pink. And I think these are really, really similar, that you could get just one of these and put it in the center and you'd be totally fine. All right, friends, Pink Smoothie is what was in the center. Thanks, you're the best. Medium in the shade for our setting powder. So if you're needing any of that to help kind of set your under eyes, we use the darkest shade of contour from their bronzing palette. If you have questions about anything, you can shoot me a message. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. We're gonna go to a teacher meet and greet. I know this poor scrunchie. I mean, it is like, I just use it. This is the thing, washcloths, you know, you like lose everywhere, but I have this scrunchie holder here. These are all my good scrunchies. Another good scrunchie, whatever. And then this little guy lives on top. And this is my like makeup messiness. And I just keep it here, and it's kind of like having like a rag around, but the rag that I don't lose. Which if you followed me for long, you know I struggle with misplacing or finding things when I need it. And so that just works really good for me. So poor little scrunchie. And can I show the eyeshadow palette? Yes, absolutely. This is the High Desert palette. And that's what I have on today. So see the outfit? Sure, you got it. I linked it on my Instagram stories last night. I'm outfit repeating. I wore this to dinner. And so, but I was like, I didn't see anybody. I guess technically on the internet, I already showed it. But, so I linked on my Instagram stories last night, but it has pockets. It's really cute. But if you need a link for it, I don't have it set up to where you can drop a me or anything today, but you can send me a message. So anyways, be sure you share. Thanks, OFIR, for being on this video. Thanks for all the people that earned or won something on this giveaway live, and I hope you guys have a really good day. Bye, y'all.